Well, I'm doing it. Kind of a late start, but we're going to get her done. Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. And today brings us a Christmas journal. December journal even. So, wanted to use these little mini gift bags, okay, because it's the gifting season and they're gift bags and they're cute, and I'm thinking the pages would be sort of quick, and I kind of got some catching up to do now. Y'all. So the part that has the handle on it, I want one on the front and one on the back cover, because that's what the bags are going to be, the front and the back cover. So I glued the area that was somewhat loose on both the front and the back cover handles. Okay, as you saw, I removed one handle from each. And I'm going to take part of the side, well, half of each front, half of the front and half of the back side of the bags. It's going to be the spine, okay? And we're going to use that Tim Holtz ring binder thingy that I've had forever. I don't even know. It was on clearance, and I don't know the price. You might have could have seen the price. I probably even have the year that I bought it on. I don't know. Don't know, y'all. Had it a long time. Don't know if they still make them or not. But that's what I'm going to use. Okay, now I will tell you there is a little mess up because I measured my pages to be the width and height, of course, of the front and back cover. I neglected to add in the measurement for the ring binder, because it's kind of got the little bump up in the middle of them. So the pages are going to stick out a little bit, and I even had to retrim some of them, which we'll get there and all that. So yeah, right now we are gluing the one half, we are gluing half of the bag fold, gusset, onto the back of the bag, because, it's going to be the cover. I know it's like weird. It's a pocket, but it doesn't really quite have a full gusset anymore. Okay. I do want the flap up, that folds up on the bottom of the bag. That's going to be little pocket tuck spots. I don't know, not fully aware of what it's going to be just yet. These are just ideas. I'm actually flying by the seat of my pants, because I have the ideas in my head, and I don't know if anybody's done it before. It don't much matter to me if they have or haven't. Okay, this is how I'm doing it. I am complicated sometimes. It's just my nature, I reckon. So I've got a lot of Ellie Mae's out because we're having to clamp it in various places, and gluing down that gusset. Now I kind of wish I hadn't glued that part actually fully shut, but it is what it is, and I could try to get it out and start over, but not gonna do it, y'all. We're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna fake our way through it and keep going. Got it. Now I will add, because in the promo picture there was the fairy lights, the Tim Holtz fairy lights, I think is what they're called, and I will be using those, but I won't be adding those until the end of the month, till I'm really pretty much through with it, because I don't want to risk any possible damage or whatnot for the idea I have of that I'm not going to explain now. We'll have to wait for the video. It's your cliffhanger. Okay. So I hope everyone is having a good December so far, and that you enjoyed my substitution on the Artsy Trio for December mood board. If not, I'll try to link to that below, because, I just mentioned it. So there we go. And because I'm going to have the front and back cover will have the open part of the bag, I'm going to add a little thumb notch in each so we can access the pocket, sort of. You know, sometimes I'm able to think ahead on some areas and not necessarily all areas, okay? That's where your intuitive need to fix it, kind of make it work kind of thing comes in. And I've never used one of these little ring binder doolallers, and I didn't look to see if there was any kind of videos that told me how to use it. So and there might have been instructions on the back. I don't know. We're just faking our way. So I'm using some food packaging. I think it's hot chocolate mix, y'all. And this is going to be the part that the ring binder sits on, because I want it on a fairly sturdy base, and the paper the paper from both the front and the back cover together, I didn't feel like would necessarily be strong enough, even though there's nothing really heavy going in this because it's so stinking small. Oh, it's tiny, y'all. Well, you can see, I think it ends up being about the size of my hand. Anyway, so I'm gluing 2 of those together, and I sanded it because sometimes packaging, when you're using packaging and it has a sort of finish on it, a sort of gloss, semi-gloss satin finish, it could be kind of slick, and it doesn't necessarily want to stay glued together really well. So it doesn't hurt to just go over it and sand each side, you know, each glossy-ish side, just a little bit to help ensure adherence. You know, obviously I have adherence problems. We've talked about that before, y'all. So now we're gluing the front and the back cover together by way of the snipped apart gusset on the front and back bag. And I'm pretty happy with, I will tell you right now, I'm pretty happy with the way my covers come out. Okay, so I've already cut my pages down to size. Like I said, I did not account for the ring binder, so they're a little wide. That's okay, we'll trim them later, or you know, I don't think I show you that part. So now I'm trimming the spine piece to actually fit on that little bag spine. Y'all, too many words mean the same thing. Are the same thing. Layers. And I'm going to try to trim it down to just a little less of a width than the actual spine paper, on account of I don't want it to bind up. Okay, I was able to think that far ahead on that part. Oh, y'all. Better to take several passes than try to cut through it all at once and slip and cut yourself or have to start over. Okay? Okay. I think I did pretty good-ish. See, I'm putting it in there and I'm like, yeah, that's folding pretty good. It's got, you know, a slight, like a 1/16 of an inch, you know, hair in there, you know. Now we're going to glue this on. Oh, I'm going to ink around it. I'm going to trim it, and then we're going to ink around it with coffee colored archival ink. I didn't necessarily ink around everything because, you know, I'm that way. Some days I ink and some days not so much. Just saying. So I'm happy with how sturdy the 2 pieces of cardboard or food packaging there are. They're still a little damp. It's not 100% dry. Sometimes I just keep on going, okay? Okay, without letting stuff dry. And I probably should not have put glue on the back of the ring binder doolaller, but I did. Is it going to affect it? I hope not. I know it's hard to open. I can tell you that. It's hard to open. But, you know, that's just kind of the way it goes. And there was 2 in the package, so I have another one I'll need to do something with as well. It's eventually. That might be another 10 years from now. IDK. So it came with brads, and I think I used the larger hole, but I'm wishing I'd have used the smaller hole on that there big chomper, big bite. I don't know what it's called, that tool. Okay, they're expensive, but they're well worth it. And I've had mine long enough that it was bought on sale and with a coupon. Y'all know that's been a long time since we had coupons. Just saying. So, especially that you could use it at the same time as a sale. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, fetching the glue. I'm going to use that wellbond. I don't know. Maybe it won't hold worth a carp. I don't have a clue. That's what the brads are for, y'all. It's supposed to have it. And I'm going to go off screen. I'm going to have to stir that up. And, I used my paintbrush to stir it up with. Because, I don't know how long it was that I used it. And we're going to smear that on. Tacky glue would have been just fine. Gel medium would have been just fine. I'm sure all of that would have been just fine, but I chose to use this because in my head it was going to be the best. And here I'm applying glue on the back of the doulaller, but I probably ought not have. Okay? I don't know what kind of trouble I may get from that later. We'll just have to wait and see. Now on this video I'm going to do, I think I just do page 1. Like I said, I got some catching up to do. But anyway, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. And if we don't get them done, we don't get them done. And, I'm okay with that. Now these little brad tails, legs, arms, whatever you want to call them, just a little teeny tiny bit wider than my spine piece. So I'm just going to use just my regular Fisker scissors. Oh, I love those things. And just trim those little ends off. It'd be all right. Okay? I mean, they're leaning them, so they're not, overly hard to cut. You can also use, jewelry snippers or whatever other kind of snippety snips you want to use. If you should happen to have to trim them. I probably could have got away with not trimming them, but, sometimes it's the details I get caught up on. And sometimes it's the bigger things I just let go. That's kind of the same story though, isn't it? So I'm squeezing them down a little bit, and because I want them to be fairly tight. That's why I used the glue. I'm thinking I need it to be tight, but I may have been wrong about that. So here we're measuring. We're going to make some little panels. That is the decal edge trimmer. Oh, I love that thing. Just saying, because yeah. Maybe you should ask Santa for one if you don't have one. Well, if you like that kind of thing. Maybe you don't even like that kind of thing. Takes a little getting used to, because I'm not quite used to using, one of these trimmers like this. So, but I like it. And I've got scraps, and there's a list of ingredients in the description box. And I think I'm going to use some of that leftover collage paper that we used before, that we made. What did we make that for? I think we made that for Around the Neighborhood, y'all. I'll try to link. Y'all, it's that time of year that, trying sometimes is, yeah, the intention. So, trimming that up. As you can see, I'm just laying it on there. I kind of faux measured to begin with. Rulers ain't the boss of me. So we're trying it on there, and then we're going to clean some of that up, and some of that we're going to add to our scrap pile. I don't know. I might could use it. I might not. And it might end up in a, studio cleanup folder. It could happen. So we're going to put some glue on that. We're going to smoosh it around with the little silicone brush kind of thing. I am working on silicone mats. I love them. And they're just so handy. I got 3 or 4 of them about that same color. So you can't tell when I pull one away. I think I'll show you me pulling one off this time. Show you me. Oh, English. It's my first language. Southern's my second language. Okay, so Southern's my first language and English is my second language. Yeah, we'll get that story worked out one of these days. So, and I did want it to look like a gift bag, but I end up putting panels on the front too. Now, I'm thinking ahead about how I'm going to be stringing the lights, okay? Because I want some in the front and some in the back. So I'm making like a little bridge. Actually, it's a tunnel. For the little string of lights to go through. And I did not try them on to see if they will even go into the tunnel. So that I may have to rip that off. I don't know. I am just so special. Because, oh yeah, I'm thinking ahead. I'm doing great. I don't know if they're going to fit. I still haven't tried them on. Anyway, so we're gluing it up. That is a paper bead winder. They are very handy if you make paper beads. And because I kind of have wrist hand problems, I do prefer these bead makers. I got them somewhere on Etsy, y'all. I don't remember. I've used them before in videos, so somewhere in the video, sometime or another, is probably the information. But I don't know. You could look at bead winders, making tools. Paper bead tools. Yeah, something like that. Anyway. So I'm going to glue that on. As you can see, I left a piece of the paper folded out, and I'm going to put the ring doulaller on top of it to kind of, help hide it and to help hold it on there. We got to put some weight on it. Sometimes we have to wait on stuff. Now I'm going to glue down the ring doulaller. I'm sure it has an official name. It don't no matter to me what it is. Okay? Right or wrong, it's dead now. All right. Now, if I'd have had, I do have bigger bags, but I wanted to use a little mini bag. But if I'd have realized how much, what did I lose? Like 1/4 of an inch off my pages? Probably at least 1/4 of an inch shorter. That's a lot of real estate when you're working small like this, y'all. Anyway, don't no matter. Especially since on the ring part, I, punched the holes and I put hole reinforcers on there. And I'm not planning on covering that part of the page up. So, yeah, real estate. Oh, goodness. And this is the inside panel that's going to go on the inside of the front. And at one point I had marked which was the front and which was the back on account I didn't want to be so confused. See, I'm going to peel that one away now. Peel it away now. And I will recut the thumb notch in the front. And that's the inside of the back there on the right with the red and the bells. Like I said, I'm using scraps. This is, a December Christmassy kind of thing. And it's not necessarily a December daily, but, that's kind of the object I'm going to try to go with. I don't know how well I'll succeed. And I'm just putting my bone folder down in there. It's not a real bone, just to make sure it's not like stuck together and weird and stuff. And now we're just going to take that red paper and we're going to make another panel. Is that what we're doing? Or are we working on our page? I don't know what I'm doing. Cutting paper, looking at it, studying it. I don't know. I think it's a pocket. I know it's a pocket. I mean, come on. It's me, y'all. We're talking about me. You know there's a pocket involved. I hope I don't put pockets on every page because it's going to be a little fluffy monkey if it is. I don't know. So I'm thinking I want to put a little fold on it, but how big my fold's supposed to be, because I don't know, because I measured and I kind of remember the measurements, but I don't know. Y'all, I'm telling you. Hey, if I can fake my way through it, you can fake your way through it too. So we're going to trim out them 2 bottom corners, where you just trim out the little corner there. It removes extra bulk and will pretty much makes it a little more secure of a pocket, my opinion. I'm going to put it on the red, and I'm like, yeah, that's the ticket. Because I had the reds. And by this time, I still have not realized that my pages are going to be too wide. Okay? This is the first one. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's, yeah. sometimes it helps when you get more practice. Would I remember this for the next time I use that ring thing? I don't know. Excuse me. I might. Could happen. So we're going to glue this down, and I am not going to make it a pocket. I know. I'm actually restraining myself because y'all know I'm like, well, you might as well make it a pocket. Might as well make it a tuck spot. You've got the space. Might as well just do it, right? And you don't have to put stuff in them. That is true. But I'm restraining myself. Okay. Smooshy down. Oh, because of the page I'm going to be making, or, we're working on. You don't know that part yet. I thought we want a little ink pen. We want a fancy little ink pen. Now it's sort of flat. It's not 100% flat because I'm going to use the ink pen doolaller thing. Oh, I know, another doolaller. These are those little mini MINI ink pens from the Dollar Tree. They have them every now and again. At one time or another, I bought several. So I have them. I got them. I will recommend that you test and make sure your ink pen writes before you turn it into a flat pen or whatever you're going to do it, okay? And I started rolling it the wrong way because I'm going to cover the ink pen with the paper. The paper I picked is a piece of scrap that almost matches the exact color of that ostrich feather quill part. That's the part the little fluffies come out of? Anyway, so I'm rounding that around because I'm going to glue it onto the pen. As you can see, I'm using some glue, and then I thought, no, I should use double-sided tape on account of it's plastic, and that might actually hold better. Y'all, second guessing. Oh, goodness. So there's the double-sided tape. And I forgot to trim off that extra end down, that up top part, but it don't matter. It's on the back part. You can't see it. Looks natural. Natural. Looks like it's supposed to be that way because that's the way it is now. So it is supposed to be that way. And I'm putting some glue on there, and I'm going to roll it up. I never was a good roller, y'all. I could roll paint on a wall pretty well, just not this kind of roller. And because I'm going to use the cap from the bottom of the pen, I need to build that up to help secure the bottom of the pen on there, okay? Might not make much sense right now, but you'll see in a minute. You'll be like, oh, that's what she's talking about. Be like, yeah. And because I've, not done one this way before, I kind of don't know what I'm faking my way through it. It's possible, y'all. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work, and I don't show you that part, right? Okay. So I thought, I have some foam tape, so I'm going to put some foam tape on there. And now I'm like looking at it, well, how much do I need? And I'm like, I don't know, 1, 2, that's how many I need. How many? That's how much I need. It's too much. And I know it's a lot wider than what I wanted. And I start putting it down there at the very tip. And I'm peeling off a little bit of the release paper so I can wrap that on around and have it stick. And then I roll the release paper back on the back because I want it to stay sticky-ish. And I'm going to try on the pen tip. And I see it's like, oh, no, it's not quite going on there. And it's going on there, but the ink pen ball part, writing part, it's not coming out of the tip. So that's no bueno, okay? So I'm going to trim that off because it was plenty thick enough, okay? Does that make it come out? No. So now I got to reposition that up a little higher on the ink barrel. So, like I said, I'm making my way through it. I hope it's kind of making sense to y'all. And the video, most of it, a lot of it has been sped up. Not necessarily as fast as usual, although some parts will be faster. Because I'm kind of wanting you to see what I'm doing in case you want to try it. And so now I'm covering up the foam with the same paper because I don't want it to be, you know, too sticky up at the top because it sticks out a little far. But that's okay, you know. It's all right. Besides, when you're writing, your hand kind of naturally wants to hold on to something. And I think it ends up looking good. So I got to peel off a little bit of that to get it to slide up in there far enough that the ink, the ball of the ink pen comes out. And I don't know if I put any glue on there to hold that part in. I don't know. I think I did, but I'm not going to swear to it, guy. Okay, evidently I don't. So I'm going to put some Fabri-Tac on the pen barrel and make a little hole to stick the end of the feather quill in so that it looks like a quill pen. That was kind of my goal. Now I have some pen nibs. I could have used, you know, like your dip pen nibs. I could have used one of those just pretty much as easily. Probably easier, but no. So now I'm going to try to hold the feathers out of the way while I stick the feather quill into the part that's got the foam on it, you know, the sticky back foam. And some of my little feather things get on there. Y'all can see I'm just like, yeah. Next time it'd be easier. So we're going to like hold that down a little bit so that the quill sticks to the Fabri-Tac and then it becomes an ink pen, which you'll see. And now I'm going to make like little notepads because I'm like, well, I need a notepad in there. It needs to be on page 1, don't y'all think? December 1? I know we're past December 1, but that's okay. We'll be catching up, or mustard or mayonnaise or something. So I miscut one of them. Oh, y'all. It's difficult, isn't it? So we're going to have 2 little notepads, and one's going to be a little smaller than the other. Because, you know, it can work that way. I could have just as easy got up and walked across the studio and got another piece of this here coffee/tea yellow onion skin dyed paper. I don't know what. It's some kind of dyed paper that I made. I don't know which one. So go around the corners, stick them together because they're a little notepad booklet. No, it's a notepad. Think journaling spot. But, you know, I don't necessarily journal. But it don't no matter. Okay. Now, I need my we're going to ink. Oh, you get to see me inking. Lucky you. Anyway, I ink on the outside, ink on the inside, and ta-da. Now we're going to get the tiny attacher because we're going to attach them. No, it's not tiny. Anything but. And I have lines on the side, both sides, that show me where the staple comes out. And as long as I can kind of see those lines, it's pretty much going to be pretty good. You do want to staple from the outside to the inside. Otherwise, you have those sharp pointy ends will stick and catch on stuff when you put them on the outside. So, just saying. Yeah, that stapled up pretty good. I don't need to staple the other one because it's just one single piece of paper. So now we're going to stamp on this so you know which notepad is which. Okay, because we have 2 of them. Y'all very quick people, and you probably already know what they're going to say. And I thought, oh, I should stamp my letters over here and make sure they're stamping correctly. You know, because sometimes I end up with one upside down, and that is just like, or sideways. Oh, it's like, really? Sideways. So we have a nice notepad. And yes, this is going to be naughty. The naughty and nice list. So that's what our page 1 is going to be, a naughty and a nice list. Or nice and a naughty list, because naughty list is smaller. It's the short one, y'all. Hopefully there's not too many naughties in our community. Oh, y'all. Anyway, because I didn't allow near enough room for naughties. There will not be very many naughties. A nice list. I better have to add more paper to that one. Just saying. Okay, so we're doing that. And then I decided, well, I need a label. I need to put a label in my pocket so everybody clearly understands what page 1 is. Okay, it's the list. Lists. Is there more than one list? More than one? I just put an S on it. You'll see. We'll get there. You know how to spell it. But I'm going to stamp each letter out for you individually so that you know how I spell it. Because that could be the important thing. It's how I spell it. May not necessarily be correct. It's like my Southern English. It may not be correct, but it's mine. Now I'm looking for a tiny S because I need it to be a really little S. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. The lists. Anyway, and this is that crazing medium. I thought I'm going to try it again. I've not had any luck making it crazy. Crazy. So, and I've always used my finger in the past to put it on there, and this time I'm using a brush because I'm putting it on there just a little bit thicker. And again, it didn't craze. I don't think they're necessarily making that stuff anymore, but I don't know for sure. So I picked out 1 or 2 ephemera bits from the Tim Holtz Christmas, winter, whatever they call those ephemera packs, and just going to rough up the edge with that little Tim Holtz rougher distresser thingamajig, and going to ink around that because I want it to, yeah, it's an old calendar. It says December 1931 or something like that. And I will tell you right now, when I looked through the other, because I got 2 of these things. Well, they're not the same. Two the Christmas winter ephemera thingies. Secret Internet, Meyer, thank you. And I found one that actually had the dates just like we have for 23, y'all. You know, where December started on Friday. The December 1st, of course, it started on the 1st. But anyway, this one doesn't. But we're gonna fake our way through it. We're gonna change that date. You'll see. We'll get there. So I put a little brown ink on there, and now I'm wiping it off with a damp baby wipe because I just want it to look aged, oded, vintage even. And now we're putting just a little bit of black ink around there. It's kind of really not even perceptible in real life, so I don't know. Maybe it wasn't necessary. Oh, did we get to see me stamp the back and do the heat embossing? Did we see that part already? Or did I cut that part? I might not even showed that part. I don't know. We stamped out and heat embossed the letters on the red paper. I don't think I got that part filmed. I don't know. I'd be lying because sometimes I'm just chit-chatting and I don't even pay attention what I'm doing. So we're going to layer that up about like that. Okay. I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, that's just perfect. So I'm going to try to stick those 2 together because I kind of want them in a certain way. So you can still see the thumb notch because, you know, it's a pocket. It really is. So now we're going to glue up. Now I'm holding where I had that first glue. Glue the whole back of it. I know it could have been a tuck spot, but it's not. Okay? I'm really going to try to not be too fluffy. I'm trying to stick it down perfectly. I'm just perfect. It's just like perfect. I'm like, yeah, okay. It's perfect. Anyway. The video's long enough without y'all seeing the embossing because I don't think I remember seeing it. Anyway, I heat embossed it. Is it good? I didn't even try it on. I'm like, oh, thank goodness I got it in there just right. Okay, so see, now you can see that there's 2 lists. Now I decided we're going to crunkle up the naughty one, because that's the one we get angry about, and we scrunch it up because it's like, no, you're not supposed to be on the naughty list. Anyway, those people get cold, don't you know? So here I am. Oh, this is where I'm putting the date on the dymo. And going to cut that down. It's teeny tiny, y'all. I think you can see it in the photo montage, because yes, there will be one in another couple hours. And then I decided I was going to do something else. I almost got that peeled off, and I thought, no, wait, there's something else. It's sitting here right now with this voiceover. I don't remember what that is. But see, I remember doing, oh, yes, the alcohol inked, cellophane tape, whatever, scotch tape, whatever you call it. Just going to get some of those off, because it looks like it's old, it's vintage, and it, the little calendar page has been on and off, and the label's been on and off, that kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, that. I'm pretty happy with it. Mm-hmm. I know when you look at the tape like that, it's like, oh, that's not very attractive. But it looks okay when you pull it off and you make little torn up little pieces like that. Okay? And here's where, because it is sticky, I just want to make sure it sticks. Again, adherence problems, y'all. Just going to put a little bit of glue on there. And it is Aleene's original tacky glue. I have it in a little teeny tiny bottle, because it's got the teeny tiny nozzle. It's very handy for when you're doing these kind of things. And I'm using some fancy tweezers, and I'm using that there pokey tool thing, so I can kind of smoosh the tape around the ephemera thing, so that, because that's what I do. Push the tape in the gaps and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, that's pretty perfect. Yeah, that kind of thing. So, moving along, some point or another, we'll do something else. I don't know what. I'll probably remember by the time we get there, maybe. I don't know. What are we doing? Oh, the label. Back to the date. Like I said, these dates and the days of the week don't match up to 2023. Okay? And that's just kind of how it goes. And I've got it turned around upside down so I can see where I want it. And I'm trimming off a little bit more. I didn't ink around it, because this is a new label. Okay? Think the elves made the label, and that's why it's so extra tiny. Y'all. Sometimes. Oh, and this is the front of the journal, because now it's a journal. And I thought, well, let's put 25 on the outside, because I don't know if I'm going to go 25 days or 31 days. I don't know. And I have a wax seal already right there. It's got a key on it. I thought, well, that was kind of appropriate to have a key, And just the word December, because it's just a December. I guess I shouldn't necessarily call it Christmas, even though it's going to be Christmas, because that's what we celebrate is Christmas. That's what it's going to be. You can make your December journal any way you want to, which you probably already have if This is my first Christmas journal like this. Last year we did a winter journal. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll link, maybe I won't. And I'm just going to glue the wax seal on. My experience has shown that the Aleene's original tacky glue holds them on pretty good. If you use hot glue, you want to use the low temp hot glue, because it will melt your wax. And I had little bitty tiny bits of red wax left in there, and so I'm just dripping that a little bit. And I know you can't see because the little melty thing right there is in the way, but you'll be able to tell later, probably in a photo montage. Okay. And this is where we are putting that gold deco D-E-C deco paint pen on there, so you can see that it's key. Okay. fanning it with my hand. Okay, here we're going to open it up. It's kind of hard to open, y'all. And here's where we put all our papers in, and we're like, oh no, watch, it looks fine. But when you close it, they stick out a little bit. So I trimmed every page, just a wee little bit on both the ring side and the outside edge. And now we're gluing number 1 because we've done 1 page in it. Oh, yeah. And I've already decided I'm not going to put anything on the back of the journal. I want it to definitely look like a bag. So here we are for our flip-flop. It looks pretty much like a paper bag. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to close that up all the way or what. So there's our 1 page. There's our back. See, our little flat pen fit. Well, it's almost flat. And now we're going to show you the little naughty list. See, it's just little 4 pages. Better keep it nice, y'all. This one's got more pages. Better keep it nice, y'all. I'm just saying. Ta-da! Photo montage. I hope your month is going well. I know I said that already. Try to keep it light, y'all. Just don't be too serious. Don't have wild expectations. Just let everything flow together well and enjoy your time with your family if you should be blessed enough to have family, or enjoy your time with your friends and your internets and whatever kind of holiday you celebrate, y'all. Okay? I so appreciate each and every one of you. I do. Thanks for watching, and happy arting, y'all.